Now I'm gonna try to work on an intro. Hello you guys. I feel like I haven't been on the channel for a really long time, which I haven't. So today's the day. Today's Sunday. We're not doing anything. I honestly got ready for no reason. We'll probably just go out to eat or something per usual. But I have a little story time for you guys. This happened a while ago, but as I'm doing the story time, I'm also doing like the little get ready with me, as you guys saw in the title. So I hope you guys enjoy this makeup look. If I missed anything, whether it's product or parts of the story, honestly, if you want to know more, feel free to ask questions or whatever. But if you want to continue and watch me, then keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little get ready with me. I still have the Frankie Rose foundation in olive, and I bought the Estee Lauder double wear in 1-2N, but it's still too light for me. But normally this is good during winter because I get pale. So for now I'm just mixing them together. So me pongo foundation. I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror across. And even if the foundation is too light, I mean, I'm still gonna go in with the bronzer, so it'll be good. And I just mix them both. This one I love, especially around my nose area, because I'm oily and I feel like this is really good for oily skin. So if you have oily skin, I really do recommend the Estee Lauder foundation. It's the best. I'm gonna put a little bit more foundation right here. Okay, so I need extra coverage around my cheeks because I am an acne freaking pepperoni face. And I mean, I have like my normal pimples, but the thing is that like I don't have acne, but I'm left with a lot of manchas because I always pinch my manchas or pinch my pimples, which leaves me manchas. So don't pinch your pimples. Okie dokie. So now I'm gonna do concealer under the eye, and I'm using the same one. This is the Tarte in light neutral. Me lo pongo debajo de los ojos. But anyway, this morning me and Jose went to go grab some Starbucks, and from there we went to Sonic's to get some breakfast because their breakfast is pretty good. Well, anyway, we got home and I bit into my burrito, and then I gave Jose a bite, and I don't know if he bit it or not, but he noticed that there was a hair and it looked like my dog's hair. But I thought that was disgusting, so ugh. And I can't believe I even took one bite. I was like, that's disgusting. He's like, no, it's Benny's hair. He was trying to convince me that it was my dog's hair, but I was like, no, dude. I just thought it was disgusting, so I just ate like my tater tots and the Starbucks drink. It was just gross. So I was like, Jose, what should I talk about in my video? He was like, talk about what you ate today. So I ate tater tots. I'm thinking I should zoom in a little bit. I was thinking I should do like a story time. So just hear me out, and I suck at saying stories. Okay, so ya me puse el concealer. Ahora me va a poner. Compré este polvo. It's called Revolution, and it's just in translucent. So con mi esponja, I'm just gonna rub some. So anyway, this was around quarantine, probably like around late March or mid-April, around there. And during that time, since I am a nail tech, we got shut down in the state of Colorado, so we weren't doing much, and I had gained some weight, which I'm honestly pretty heavy right now too, so I need to re-lose weight. But I had gained weight, but I was like, you know what, since you have time off, take this time to lose weight. Now I'm just gonna bronze up my face, and I just use a hula. I was like, well, try to eat better. And then from there I was like, well, I started going on walks just on little trails that I would find around here. And then finally I found this one little trail, maybe around like a mile away from here. So the first time I went, I took my dog, and honestly I thought it was cool because it's flat, so there wasn't like hills or anything. So I was like, okay, this is good because I am a beginner and I'm out of shape. So I'm gonna start, just take it easy, take it slow, you know. And I went there at least like 2 to 3 times a week during a 2-week span, honestly. But finally, after this one last day, I ran a whole mile without stopping, and I was really proud of myself. It was, the trail overall is like 2 miles and some, like 2.3, 2.5. So I had like walked one, and then I had jogged one, and then the last part I was sprinting to go back to my car, and I was like, get that last sweat in or whatever. And that day I had taken a little backpack, and then I had my dog too on a leash. So we were running, and even he was tired because it was the last part of the trail, like I said. And I remember, so the trail, if you're driving this way or whatever, I was on the right side of the trail, and I had noticed someone, maybe like, I don't know, down the road I had seen, or down the trail I had seen somebody in a bike. And it was just like a younger looking kid in a way. If I could put an age on him, I would say he was like 19 or 20. So he didn't look too old. And he was on a bike, but he looked like he was just kind of cruising. He wasn't like exercising or whatever. It wasn't like a mountain bike or anything like that. I'm just gonna take off excess powder. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. And then too, for the eyebrows, I had bought the Anastasia brow powder duo, and at first I bought ebony because that's what I normally wear when I use a pomade, but I feel like it was too light for my eyebrows. And then I bought the granite, but then this is too cool tone for my hair. So what I do now is I dip a little bit of this one and the darker shade on the ebony, and just whatever I get is what I put on my eyebrows. So yeah, and I use my Anastasia brown eyebrow pencil or whatever, and it's really dirty. But I always kind of mark like the bottom part, and then honestly I just shade in. I don't have a specific way of how I shade in my eyebrow, but I just do it. And the guy was coming like we were going against, like towards each other, I guess. And as we were getting closer to each other to pass by each other, I noticed that he was on the same side as me on the trail. Don't look at me. The same as story when I got kidnapped. I'm just kidding. No, esa es que fui a correr y the guy was there. So we were like going towards each other, and as we got closer, he was still on the same side of the trail as me, which technically that is my right of way. Does that make sense? So I made it obvious, and I went to the other side of the trail, to the left side. I didn't take any headphones or anything, so I could hear everything. But anyway, as soon as I had passed him, he was freaking like, hey, you have a nice ass. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, you're disrespectful as fuck. And then he had turned around on his bike too. And then he was like, come on. He was like, you have a nice ass. Let me touch your ass. And like me trying to juggle my dog, him. And I was like, dude, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, leave me alone. Like, leave me the fuck alone. And I kept going. And I was exhausted. My dog wasn't even barking. So I was like, what's the point of freaking having Benny? I'm talking about you. He's just staring at me. So I was like, I don't know. I felt like the guy like was just harassing me, and he was like, come on, let me touch your ass, blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, I was like, leave me the fuck alone. Like I felt like no hallaba ni que decirle for this guy to leave me alone. And meanwhile, I was just like going from side to side from the trail. Like I felt like he was cornering me in a way, and it was really scary, you guys. Let me finish my eyebrow really quick. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean up my eyebrows a little bit. I have this KKW highlighter, and meanwhile I was trying to juggle my dog and his leash, and then this guy trying to like corner me with his bike, and then me trying to grab my backpack, trying to take it off so I can like reach for my phone and call 911, because it so happened that that night my boyfriend didn't charge his phone, so I couldn't call him to help me. But either way, he works far away, so it's not like he could just come and rescue me. I'm just gonna clean my eyebrows really quick too, so watch me do that. Right there. Very pretty. Pretty, huh, babe?
Really pretty.
But I was trying to reach for my backpack, and like I said, juggling everything around, fucking chaos, the world going crazy around me. At one point, I remember him being like, come on, like my name's Colin, Cody, I don't know what the fuck. He like put out his hand, he's like, come on, my name's whatever. He's like, I don't have coronavirus. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to run for my life and you're over here like, oh, I don't have coronavirus. So imagine me being like, oh, okay, cool, my name's Noemi. Like, no. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't care, and like still trying to run or whatever. And finally, as I was grabbing everything from my backpack, everything was falling out, but I didn't give a fuck. I was still running. And from there, calling 911 felt like an eternity. Ignore my hot Cheetos. I was eating hot Cheetos right now. But anyway, it felt like an eternity. They would not answer. I swear it rang at least more than like 5-6 times or something. But as soon as they answered, I remember like my car keys had fallen like right before, like maybe 2 seconds before, and I saw them on the ground, and the guy like bent over to grab them. And as soon as they said 911, where's your location or something like that, he gave them to me and he booked it. And that was it. It was just so crazy. I was like in shock, and they asked me what had happened, and that's when I started crying, and I was like, oh, this guy was trying to touch my ass and blah blah blah. And they just told me to stay there. Meanwhile, the cop got to where I was at, but obviously I was like in my car at this point. I was still kind of like looking around, making sure he wasn't like coming back or anything. But I saw him, he left. Meanwhile, the cop was coming, which still took for fucking ever. It took at least like 10 minutes. But meanwhile, I had called my dad too, just because like I said, Jose, his phone wasn't on, so I couldn't like even just vent to him or at least tell him what had happened. You can tell my dad was like freaking crudo or something, because he sounded like he was out of it too. But I was like, papi, I was like, un muchacho estaba tratando de tocar mi culo. But it felt nice, like at least venting or telling somebody. And right after I told him, I was like, okay, well, the cops are coming. I'm gonna try to put the lashes on. I tried to put them on yesterday, but I could not. These I had bought from Amazon, and I like using the duo glue. To me, it's like one of the best ones. It's very tacky. She's growing and she's itchy. So if anyone wants to send me lashes, you're more than welcome to, because your girl needs them. Okay, yo me las pegué because I am gonna put some blush on. And I think I was on the part where I said I had talked to my dad, and then right after the police had came, and I pretty much just explained everything to her, like what the guy kind of looked like. And she did tell me 2 weeks prior, some girl was walking with her daughter, and she had to call the cops because some guy around that area like exposed himself to her and the daughter. And to me, that just like blew my mind. She didn't say how old they were, but it sounded like I don't know, a lady with a young kid or something. Regardless, I think that's disgusting. So for blush, I use the same color. I haven't bought any new blush, which I need to, but this one does the trick. Smile and put it on. Some extra color. I remember when I would go jogging in the trail, I would see a cop like roaming around, and I don't know, I'm guessing for that purpose. Honestly, from that point and on, I never returned to that spot. I'm too scared, and it just sucks because I feel like that one person just ruined the whole day for me, like pretty much like my whole life, honestly. I feel, because now everything makes me so paranoid when it comes to men. That was the first time that I felt like super harassed, and it's just really scary. And always look around your surroundings because people are crazy. The highlighter, I had owned this a long time ago. It's Becca Champagne Pop, but I freaking bought it and it was broken. A little brush, fluffy brush, and I go right here, and then the nose. It's just so pigmented. Me encanta. But yeah, you guys, my boyfriend didn't even get home till like after 7 p.m. that day, I remember. And then I told him everything, and first he didn't really believe me in a way, because he was like, and I was like, but anyway, at the end he was just like, yeah, that's pretty fucked up, and kind of disappointed that happened to me. And so was I, obviously. I'm going to put bottom mascara, and lately, since it's fall time or whatever, the KK Beauty lip liner in nude 2.5. I've said this before, I do not do eyeshadow, and the only eyeshadow brush that I own is this one, which is the Morphe M513. I like saw it, but I couldn't process it. And then I'll just use the Hoola bronzer, and I'll just put it around my eyes just to like give it some warmness. And I just do this very like sloppy. Con que esté difuminado right, then it'll be okay. I'm probably just gonna straighten my hair here. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the finished look. Let me get closer. Ay, no, not tan close. I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. I honestly suck at saying stories, or I suck at explaining myself to anybody regardless. And me imagino, especially on camera, I'm gonna suck even more. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys have any more requests for videos, then let me know. Like I said, I do suck at story times, but if you want another story time or just any type of request, then let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.